Andy McCarthy, former assistant U.S. attorney, Fox News contributor. Andy, nice to see you.
Good to see you, Bill.
We spend 14 hours a day together these days. We heard a clip from CBS and Nancy Pelosi. Here's another part of that from Sunday here. Listen to the word.
I think part of it is his own insecurity as an imposter. I think he knows full well that he's in that office way over his head. And so he has to diminish everyone else.
So you wonder how that's going to go over, huh? She wants President Trump to testify. What's the chance of that happening, Andy?
Zero. And it's not only zero chance that it will happen, they know that it's inappropriate even to float that out. One of the things the framers were worried about, in fact, two of the things the framers were most worried about we're seeing before our eyes. One is that impeachment would become politicized, that it would be used on pretextual reasons, really for partisanship rather than because of some serious misconduct, and we're seeing that. The other thing, Bill, that they were worried about was that one branch of the government would accumulate too much power. They were worried that the Congress would impeachment gave Congress too much power over the president, and what our government is based on is separate powers where each branch respects the other. They know they can't call the president in to testify, and when they say that he should come in to testify, they know what they're doing is wrong.
8 more witnesses this week. We'll find in a moment what story they're building, but Gordon Sondland is one of them, and he, along with a gentleman by the name of Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, seem to be two of the star witnesses, or maybe the most anticipated witnesses this week. Wall Street Journal today, Sondland kept Trump administration officials apprised of the Ukraine push. That is the headline today in the Wall Street Journal, dated November 18th, 2019. 1 month ago today on this program, I asked Secretary Perry about something similar like that. And this is the following way he answers that. Secretary Perry, watch. So you're saying that Biden's name did not come up in any of your discussions with Ukrainian officials, correct? That's
never
what you said?
heard. Never
did it come
heard
up
the
with your
Biden's
discussions
name
at
one
the White
time.
House?
No, not with anyone.
Okay, so the piece says that Sondland's communicating with Mick Mulvaney and Rick Perry. Rick Perry saying Biden's name never came up.
Yeah.
What's the truth?
I don't think these things are inconsistent. What we understand is that Sondland was the one who was dealing face-to-face with the Ukrainians for the most part, and he essentially referred to this as the corruption investigations. He could easily have done that in conversation with Perry, and the name or the word Biden would not come up. It kind of reminds me, Bill, of the reporting that we've heard about the Obama administration leaning on the Ukrainians to investigate or conduct investigations that would bear on Trump's campaign. As I understand it, the word Manafort was not used. What they would talk about would be the Party of Regions investigations or the Yanukovych investigation. That was the party that Manafort was the political consultant for. So they used this kind of coded language which obviates the need to mention any names, and it's very possible that they could have been talking about this theme, but not actually mentioning the names.
Back to the first question about testifying. Here we go, live tweet. Right. Like the hearing on Friday, the president a moment ago said, Nancy Pelosi said, I could do it in writing. I'm reading this now. Even though I did nothing wrong and don't like giving credibility to this no due process hoax. I like the idea and will, in order to get Congress focused again, strongly consider it. How do you receive that? Is that just words, or is there more to it, Andy?
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what advice the president's giving. I would say this. If a president of the United States were ever to testify in a proceeding, it would need to be, for his sake and for the sake of the office, a proceeding that was more like a court where you could be satisfied that there was an impartial fact finder. This thing that's going on in the House right now is a very partisan proceeding that has no due process protections for the president. I think it'd be a mistake for him to go into that.
You believe this does not amount to a hill of beans. However, when you have 8 new witnesses in hearing after hearing, the longer it goes on, does that make it worse for the president?
Well, it does, Bill, because in this sense, I've always thought that the objective here was not actually to remove the president. I don't think they have any chance of doing that. It's to render him unelectable next year. So to the extent that the drip, drip, drip of this is politically debilitating, yes, the longer it goes on, it's damaging. Doesn't mean they'll remove him, but it does mean they dent him up
in the sense
politically.
that you can stamp him with corruption and
Right.
campaign on it. Andy, great stuff. Thank you so much.